All right, this is John Cowen,
Yes.
and this is the fall 2016. All right, this is John Cowen,
Yes.
and this is the fall 2016 local interviews. Whenever you're ready.
Who's the questioner?
All right, yeah, let's do the first question. Where did you grow up?
Where?
Yep.
Right here.
What was your favorite things?
Right on top of Fremont Hill.
Yeah. What were some of your favorite things to do growing up?
Well, there wasn't a hell of a lot of things going. Play baseball.
Baseball. That's fun.
And John, what year were you born?
1929.
1929.
I'm 86.
So you were pretty young during World War II.
Yes. High school age.
High school age. Okay.
And how was high school life then? How was high school life then during that time?
Well, what the hell can I compare it to?
Well, just tell us what you did each day and how you got to school.
Well, we had a bus that went both ways. Well, back it up a little bit. When you finished up the elementary school, we in Fremont had a choice. We could go to Manoa or East Syracuse. Take your pick. And Manoa had basically agricultural courses for you. And if you wanted the academic subjects, you went to Syracuse. And as it happened, we had a bus. Royal Maxwell owned it. And he had a contract with both districts. And he used to come bring a load into Manoa. And then when he discharged them, they come back. And we got them on. We caught the bus on the way back, going to East Syracuse. I lived down on Richmond Road, down the bottom of the hill. If you're familiar with it.
Is that where you live, Mike?
Yeah, that's where
Yeah.
I live.
Whereabouts is that?
Manor Drive, right near the
Oh,
district office.
we're over in the other,
Yeah.
over in the cheap houses.
And what were the obviously there weren't lots of houses back then. Was it farmland?
Yeah, all farms. Over where Manor, you're getting over, should be back of Donhauer,
Yeah.
Donhauer's
Yeah.
property, and then over to Wilson's, over on Manlius Center Road. Their farm was right at the corner of Burdick, where Burdick come down. Their barn was right on the corner. had to tear it down to build that house. The house was across the street. Yeah,
So-
that was all farmland.
So what kind of farm did you guys have?
Subsistence made basically. We ours wasn't much of anything. 50 acres, which was in a long string. It started down there at on Richmond Road, down at the bottom of the hill. Went up across Fremont down to Town Line Road. That, well, where the Fremont Elementary is now, that was all ours. At the end of the war in '46, well, the boys were coming home. Want to buy a lot. So my father got a surveyor, and on the land down Richmond Road from Fremont down to the hill, down to the house, he had it blocked off in 100-foot lots, deep as he went. Our land went back in about, I don't know, 350, 400 feet. So it made the lot just a little under an acre. He sold all of them. All except Sacco's, which is the last one going down on the right side. I guess there's none on the other side. Then he sold later on he sold the rest of it that he had there, the house, the barns, and the, what was there, about 7, 8 acres left there, plus 11 acres he had across the road. Sold them to Sacco, the whole thing. Plus, when about this time, he come back to the school. Was looking around for property to build on. Doug Temple, lawyer, came by and asked my father, that land was for sale. He said, sure. He says, how much do you want? So my father told him 10,000 for the, I think there was, what, was there 20 acres in that piece? Something like that. Temple told him, "It's sold."
Was it very different from going from having that much land to not having as much land when after your father sold it?
I don't think so. We got rid of it. It was getting to be a pain to try to farm it
Right.
there because we had problems with the neighbors, the houses they were building around us. That people wanted, when they were building a house, they wanted a little topsoil. What they'd do is take a shovel, a wheelbarrow, and they'd come right over and dig it right out of your field. And there it was. When you come to plow the next year, you had potholes all over the place.
Just causing more work for you.
Yeah, then the guy that was doing the subcontracting, building the houses up on Kendall, on West Kendall, that there was at the corner of school property, or in front of it, there was a big elm tree there, which is now where the road, Kendall Drive, goes in there. That they cut that tree down. Big elm tree, probably darn near 4 feet across through the diameter on the trunk of it. And they'd left the stump that was probably about 5 feet above ground and as much underground. They just dug it out. And well, we come to plow our field back at the next spring. Here it is, right in the middle of the field. They just dumped it there.
Wow.
Wow.
At that time, we had a tractor, a case, a small one rather, a small size, a VA case. I couldn't touch it with it. I couldn't move it.
Right.
So I got hit, next door, Ray Green. They had a farm-all. We put the 2 of them on there, we couldn't touch it. We couldn't move it. So, at this time, my brother-in-law, who also worked part-time for Oot Brothers, he borrowed his bulldozer, the DC-6, loaded it on a flat boy, and he went up there, and now he moved it. And the fella that was doing the building had built himself a house up there in the back of Kendall. I think it was it the first or second house in back of the school. And he had a U-shaped driveway going around that house. That stump was ended up in the middle of that driveway. It would have been on their front porch if my father let my brother-in-law move it where he wanted but he was gonna move it right in there. Give it to him. I don't know what happened to it since. But that's the kind of things that we were finding all over the place.
Right.